What's up, recovery family? How is everyone doing this afternoon? Y'all know it's me, LC, and I'm just going to share us out a little bit while I can. If you feel led, please do the same. Since we're live today on LC Recovery Motivation and YouTube, I thought I would switch it up and do things YouTube style today. So that's not really all that different, just a couple little added things. So something different, change it up, right? Why stay the same? So first of all, while I'm doing this and we can give a few announcements, I would love for all of you to please keep my baby sister in your positive love, light, and prayers and energy, and send all that to her. She had a little surgery today, so she's going to be recovering from that. So if you all would please join me in surrounding her and her family and my mom, who's going to be there with her, all our love, strength, light, and hope. That we can. I thank you guys for that. All right, so we're doing a few shares. Like I said, today we're going to do things YouTube style. So that just means we do things just a little bit different. I just add a couple little things, which I hope you guys will like. So basically, all I want to ask you today is number one, are you grateful? Are you truly, truly, truly grateful? Whether it be for a million things in your life or just one. Or can you truly say you're experiencing true head, heart gratitude? That's question number one. And number two, are you really, 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 really ready to make positive change? And be so ready to do that, that you become like a sponge for the positive resources that you need in your life. If you are, then welcome to Recovery Soul Food and LC Recovery Motivation. That's all I like to give here. And that's all that our community likes to surround itself in. So if you're new here, then please come in and make yourself a part of our community. We will love on you and love to have you. So if you guys are ready to talk about some really good stuff today and spend a little time with me, LC, then hang in there. I'll be right back and we're going to get started. All right. What's up, recovery family? It's me, LC. I'm the founder of Hope and Recovery Network, your host for the Recovery Soul Food podcast and YouTube channel, and LC Recovery Motivation here on Facebook. Thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for forgiving me for this morning. Thanks for spending some of your afternoon with me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Man, what a crazy day it's been already. But it's Friday, y'all, so you know what that means. It's Free Your Mind Friday. And that's really all that this platform is about. It's not to take the place of any recovery program, man. You need everything that's working for you. I hope to just come in and give you a few little add-ons, a few little hacks that will make the journey a bit easier. I know it's hard in early recovery. I'm surprised many days and remain utterly grateful that I sit in the place that I sit in today, because those early days, I wasn't sure. I mean, let's just be honest. You're just not sure. You want it so bad, but sometimes it just gets to be too much. So we all get it, and we've all been there. And what I love about this recovery community, this online community that has really stepped up in the midst of this national world pandemic to really surround everyone in, that love and that light and that, we're here for you attitude and place of being. I'm so proud to be a part of this. And that's what I love about here, is because we all are sprinkled together helping each other learn from different things, and being a shoulder for each other. There have been so many beautiful and amazing friendships made here on online recovery community, more than I've probably made in the world. And that's beautiful to me. And to watch a lot of your friendships grow and blossom, this is service. So sometimes when you feel like you aren't going out into your world and being of service, we can find service wherever we are, wherever you can get a breath out and there's an ear or a human connection, you are being of service. And so many times we have to move ourselves away from thinking that we're not doing enough or that we need to do more, and get still and get grateful for all that we really are doing. We have this issue in our minds, it seems to be in our collective. I think it has a lot to do with the disease of addiction and what it creates inside of our brain processes, but we're very hard on ourselves. So hard. And yet we'll wrap our arms around a brother or sister in need like that. No hesitation. But many times we don't do that for ourselves. And it really starts to have to become a practice. Like it's not ever going to feel natural. Remember, nothing ever did. We always use this example. You didn't used to pee in the potty. At one time, it was not natural. All right. And, so you had to create through lots of training and many different consequences. You had to learn to create a new normal. And here we are, blasting out in this time in our country, blasting out what normal is, creating a new normal, which is no normal. And that's awesome, because that leaves room for everyone and every person on earth to be accepted for their divinity, not their packages and costumes. And so it really, really, really is a beautiful time in history for us as the recovery community to be alive and to be able to be a part of this world shift that's moving into a place of compassion. But to know that it has to get crazy, and all that stuff has to be shaken up and disturbed so that we can truly see it and eradicate it out of here. Because so many things, just like our lives, our minds, they're left in subconscious, so they're deep and we don't really see them anymore. It's just become natural and a programmed way to be. And until something comes along in your life to shake it up, you might not realize it. And so a lot of that's going on right now, not because we're being punished, but because it's time to shake all the bad fruit from the tree. Not all bad fruit drops. Sometimes it stays up and can contaminate the rest of the fruit. And so it's time that we shake that tree so that rotten fruit can fall to the ground and can be exposed, and we can clip back the branches and fertilize. We all know what fertilizer is. Generally, it's, So that's kind of what's going on. And gratitude, what gratitude has to do with all of this is because it has everything to do with the shift. In order to get to the shift, we've got to learn to change our attitudes. And all of this stuff, while we think it's just on a grand scale, it's shaking up something in all of us. So you see, the pandemic did not discriminate. It set everybody down. Doesn't that sound like that higher creator saying, all right, y'all, sit down and listen. Y'all done it your way, and now I've got something to say. And so he sits us all down, not even according to age, race, poverty, wealth, didn't matter. And now with this, with this huge elephant in the room of this racial discord, which has been here far too long, Let's just say it's been here far too long, but we forget about it on a daily basis. It's easy for us to look away, especially those that are not going through daily discrimination, daily being treated like less of a human being. You know, some of us go through that every day. So it's become almost it's become normal to us. And I know for me, I'm ready to break out. I'm tired. I'm sick of it already. Enough. I'm tired of taking my life in my hands to walk outside and go to the grocery store because of someone's beliefs and their own preferences that they disguise under religion. That just seems to be what we do when we want to disguise something. It's like dad said so. So it makes no sense. So here we are. And gratitude is the way we're going to get out, because when we learn to look at situations like that, bad situations, for the good that they are producing, we get grateful for that way of thinking. We get grateful for that happening. You're not grateful that someone lost their life, and many other people, innocent people, have lost their lives because of the ignorance of some. We're not happy and grateful for that. But think of what they've sacrificed for us. Is that not the ultimate sacrifice? Would they have chose it? Probably not. But we can hold those people up and say, thank you. Thank you, because things are getting real right now. And when they get real, something has to be done. A change has to occur. And when we become grateful and we fix ourselves, you see, it's not our job to fix anyone else. In none of this is it. We can stand together and link together and be one human to another, but it is only our job to fix what lives in us. Because when you fix you, you are fixing the rest of the world. When you move in the world different, the world around you moves different. You attract different things, you become a new you. And when we do that, we are making huge impacts, like the stone dropped in the water that ripples out. But you have to realize that you yourself are that important. Absolutely that important. You're not insignificant. This is not like voting time where you can say, I really don't have an opinion. Let somebody else do it. I don't want to do it. I don't care. This is not like that. This is, you are truly, truly, vitally important. And of course, you're not going to come from active addiction, past trauma, past pain to know that right away. There are some things that you can begin to start doing to become more self-aware and start that work right now. And you have no idea where it's going to end up. Nowhere. No idea. That's the beauty. Gratitude will do this. Gratitude will help do this, because gratitude changes your life. Gratitude changed my life. It is the reason I sit here. If I would have never, ever started that gratitude list, remember, y'all, of one thing. If you've heard my testimony, you know this, that I listened to a free webinar about the laws of thinking and all of that. At the time, I believed in nothing, but I knew there had to be something bigger than me, because if not, I wasn't going to make it my way. So I needed that. And when I listened to that, I thought it was ludicrous, because I didn't know how to be grateful. And you're not bad if you don't know how to be grateful. You're not bad. You are stuck in a thinking, a survival thought pattern that does not leave just because the substance leaves. The substance is not the entire problem. It will go, but there will be so much left behind. That's why it's hard not to keep reaching out. So you got to begin to tackle those things, your root causes, pull it up at the root, and the weed doesn't come back. Chop it off at the top, and it'll come back when you turn around. And, just like weeds in a garden, our thoughts are the same. And many times when you're in a garden and you're not fluent in flowers, sometimes I've thought that the weeds were the flowers. And sometimes our stinking thinking can come disguised with a little flower on top. It can start out great. And then before you know it, we've fallen down the rabbit hole back into victim mode and back into that old attitude and thinking that we're not worthy, we're not good enough, we can't do this. Everything, we're highly emotional. We don't know how to master ourselves. But to begin to work on it, start the gratitude list. Now, it told me to put down, I think it was 12 things at first, and that was ludicrous. Then he said 5. Then he went down to 5 to 3, and I couldn't even get 3. Even though I had the same family around me, I had so many things to be grateful for, but until you change the perception, then change the way you see things, and the things you see change. Until you do that, I had one. But I had that one that I just really connected with. And yeah, man, I had to, it was not the same deep connection I have today, but it was just enough to engage my heart. See, just that I'm grateful for my car, and I'm grateful for this water, and I'm grateful for this internet connection. Just that mind talk, you can feel it. It's light. It doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like it's, heavy. But when you really connect with something, when you feel that thing drop down to about right here in your heart, that's when you have connected with true energy changing, vibration changing gratitude. That vibration change then starts to go out into your world, and you begin to see things different. And so that's the kind of gratitude I'm talking about. And so 1 minute spent in that kind of gratitude surpasses 10 minutes spent in naming off things that you're thankful for. To me, there's a difference between appreciation and thankfulness. Appreciation is deep. I really appreciate you guys. You just don't know. I appreciate you, pray for you, send all kinds of beautiful energy your way every single day. You are absolutely a part of my gratitude list. And it's that deep felt appreciation. I'm not just thankful for you. I deeply appreciate all of you showing up here from everywhere. North Pole, Alaska, Miss Bonnie Blades herself in the house. I love that lady. Never have I once had a one-on-one conversation with her or ever met her. I can feel her spirit. Energy connects. You guys know that. You've had that same thing. Yvonne Max, same thing. Boom. New York City, same energy. Shout out from Sullivan, Indiana. Julie, all right. See, there's people here all over the world. Janet's here. Andrea's here. You guys mean something to me. You know what I'm saying? You guys mean something to me. And that's no joke. And that's different. Just in that right there, just in that little moment where that was being said, I know, because I could feel it. You can feel like this light energy. And I've got people on the watch party right now that I can't even see. So, I don't know who all's here. But when you feel that collective positivity going back and forth, that's love, y'all. And it makes a difference. Because when we get done with this meeting and off of this feed, you're going to maintain that energy. And we've got to learn through gratitude to raise our standards for ourselves. not just for our lives and not just for and don't judge me because I'm still in the midst of COVID, scruff and gruff going on here. But not in just raising our standards for appearance or how we live, but I'm talking about raising those emotional standards, raising that I'm going to choose to feel good as much as I can in my life. And I'm going to make a predetermined decision that when trials come my way, I'm still going to maintain a sense of gratitude. I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to ignite my faith and know that whatever is showing up in my world is showing up to communicate change in my life and growing me in leaps and bounds. Because we have to remember our creator, your higher power, our angels, our guides, our guardians, they don't speak in language like us. They don't speak in our language. So how else do they communicate with you other than showing you places that they're guiding you through? And so we can make that predetermined decision this is how we raise our standards to say, I'm going to do my best to find the best feeling thought every single time I can. And when I can't, I'm going to honor those feelings that show up. And I'm going to try my best to be open to allowing what this is trying to accomplish in my life. Allowing is the key, not investigating. And for the longest time, I thought it was just investigating. But if you will sit back, take your hands off the wheel, really use that faith, then you will allow it to come to you. We have a condition in this world today that says, be busy. The busier you are, the more successful you are. It's gotten to be so normal that it becomes a cliche that we say when we talk to people, well, how are you doing? I'm busy. No longer is it, oh, I'm good, I'm happy, I'm fine, I'm busy. That's now become an emotional word. And we're busy. We're all busy. But we're not busy accomplishing much. We're just busy. And so we're always trying to do more, and we think that that's the answer. It's like we plant a seed and then we sit there and we watch it and we look and we watch and we look and we watch. Nothing's happening. I should do more. Let me put more dirt, more dirt, more dirt, more dirt, more dirt, more dirt, fertilizer, this, that. And then we sit and we watch. Nothing's happening. I should do more. And then before long, when we run out of things to do, we'll just dig it up. We'll dig it up and then we'll go plant it somewhere else. And the cycle starts all over again. And then we wonder why our prayers don't show up and are not being answered, or we're not seeing that change that we had set out to make. And it's because we're stepping in the way. We are becoming the block. And we're blocking ourselves from the changes that the very prayers that you prayed are trying to be answered, and we stand in the way. Gratitude helps us shift our perception to see all of this. In order to take our hands off the wheel, we have to discover our courage. And faith takes courage. Let's just be honest. It can be the scariest moment in your life to feel that inner pulling, to feel that inner call, to feel you need to move. And know that you have to make the first step, because you can't see the outcome. Rarely ever do we get to see the outcome. We're shown one step at a time. And that is going to take courage on our part. And we have to find ways to discover our courage. And again, we can use gratitude to do this. You'll never really truly get until you start seeing it. How many little bitty small actions we take and little bitty changes we make, how many things in our lives it actually affects. It really is a ripple effect. When you drop that gratitude down in the water, the ripples go on and on and on for miles, no matter how big or how small the stone. Water is fluid. We are 70% water. We are 70% fluid. So if I have this bottle of water and I bump it on something, it all moves. The water doesn't stand still. It can get rigid and change forms, but it doesn't stand still. And so we have to learn how to go with these things. And when we go with these things and we make that decision, I'm not going to use, and I'm going to do whatever it takes not to do that, then we're building our courage. Even when we make it through that one trigger that we think is going to take us out no matter what, if in that moment we will choose not to sit there and try not to think about it, or to say, I'm going to make it through, 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 it makes it last longer. But if we get up and we move from that space and we go outside and we get in nature, or we get some sun, or we listen to sounds that are natural, some unnatural. If we get up and we move our bodies, because if you change your state, you'll change your mind. Move our bodies. Go look at something else. Go have a conversation. We don't have to tell everybody our problems. We don't have to run to somebody and tell them, I'm in the midst of a trigger, talk me down. We don't have to do that. What you give your energy to, your focus, is where your energy is going to go to. So if you are focused in on telling anyone and everyone who will ask everything that's wrong, you're giving it power. And so just get up and change your state. Move to another room, go talk to someone about life. In fact, you know what's really great to do in that moment? Ask them about them and truly engage and listen. That will kill quite a few birds with one stone, because that eradicates ego. Most of us listen waiting to speak. It's very rare a lot of times that we actually listen and give someone our full attention because we're too busy. And so we do that one to another. And then that person goes and does with somebody else, and then somebody else, and then somebody else, and then somebody else. And before you know it, it's the ripple. And so build your resources. Discover your courage. Raise your standards. Discover your courage. And gratitude does it all. And seek clarity. Seek clarity. Be here now. Worry happens when we are looking too far in the past. Anxiety comes when we're living too far in the future because we want to try to figure out how it's going to happen. We are too busy to live right now. And right now is truly the only moment that we have. We have no idea what the next moment's going to hold. So really, the only thing that exists is right now. And so many times, and I'm so guilty of this, I work so hard towards my dreams and goals because I'm like a kid. Guys, I was addicted and in victim role and all that stuff for so many years, denying myself for so many years, in constant turmoil, just praying for death, daily basis for so many years, that with what I have now, I feel like a kid. And I want to do this and I want to do that. And my mind's coming alive and I want to do this and I want to do that. And I love creating and it makes me feel good. And I love to feel good the majority of the time. You know, it's hard for me to say, all right, you're ignoring everybody around you. You're doing all this, you know, you think for them, but you're ignoring everybody, and most of them would rather have you right now than this vision that you're building that they can't see. And really, I would have to, sorry about that, I would have to then revisit my ego to say, is it really for them or is it for me? Can it be for both? You know? So there's always a question to be asked. And that's the clarity that we're looking for. You can't fix something you don't really know exists or that you refuse to acknowledge exists. We've all lived there. I mean, the first time I heard the words I might be an addict, man, had I listened then and didn't turn my back and be in denial, I probably could have saved myself about 19 years. You know? So we've all been there. It's not a hit to your morals or values. It is the human condition, the egoic mind. And so we must start to seek clarity in our lives and really slow down and enjoy our moments. Really slow down and begin to get to know ourselves. I have stood by this philosophy, and I will continue to stand by it, that the person that you have been quarantined with is the exact relationship or relationships that your higher power has asked you to work on, that you're being guided to work on. And I know that to be true in my house. I know that to be true. And it's been a beautiful time. And without clarity, I would not even be here to experience this amazing time in my life with my own wife. And so if we put together all of these things, if we learn how to cancel, clear, and delete all of that past, that past thinking and that past energy that we have put out and that we have drawn in, if we learn how to understand that forgiveness is not for the other person, it is but for us, and that bitterness is us drinking poison, waiting for someone else to die, we can throw out all the cliches we want. We know it's true. You don't have to believe it for it to be true. And if we will begin to decide that we're ready to go to that next level, whatever that level is for you, whatever it takes to get there, and if it takes dropping some of this baggage that I've been carrying for years, then I'm going to do that. And I will start working at it, because it's not going to happen overnight. And a lot of times, like I said in the beginning, things will get worse before it gets better. Those things will have to be boiled up. It's like the peroxide on a wound. It will have to be boiled up to the surface. That's when your gratitude kicks in. You say, you find the clarity. You say, aha, I feel it. I got it. This is coming up for me. I'll follow this back. I'll pull it up at its roots. And in the place of that, I will plant positivity. I will plant love and acceptance, especially for myself. And I'll tell you, there is a beautiful book, and I've left it down here on the ticker. It's by Patty Moeller. It's called Renew and Restore: How to Communicate, Connect, and Celebrate Your Best Self. It's a remarkable book. And I believe that every person in recovery that is really on the path to full recovery should read this book. Patty has been a substance abuse therapist for many years and has herself conquered depression and anxiety and many different things in her life. And this book is filled with amazing information. The last chapter being on gratitude. And just, it is a beautifully vulnerable and brilliantly written book, and it also has some exercises in it where it's got a 30-day challenge, and it's got some things that you can start doing. I mean, everything to get on your path to healing is right here in this book. So it's on Amazon. I know you can get it on Kindle for like $3.99 if you've got the Kindle app. The book is less than $20. Invest in yourself. We come into out of active addiction where all we did was invest in ourselves, and we think, oh no, I can't afford that, this, that, and the other. And yet we'll get Netflix, we'll buy cigarettes, we'll buy, what I'm saying? And I'm not here to shame anybody. I do those things sometimes too, but I have learned that investing in myself does so much for helping me discover my courage and realizing that if something is important to me, just like out in the street, I could get it. However, it's the why, it's the importance, it's the value of it in your life that will cause you to decide how willing you are to get it. So we got to learn to start loving ourselves enough to invest. And I wouldn't start out investing like $5,000, this, that, and the other. Invest little, $5, whatever. But begin to do that for you. And so, yes. And when you get all of this stuff, when you really take all of this in and gratitude becomes your life, then get ready for positive change. Because I'm going to tell you what, you're going to begin to experience it like never before. And you're going to think to yourself, why didn't I do this sooner? Seriously. If you can get one practice, get true head, heart gratitude, connection, get quiet, get alone, get in nature if you can, and get connected to that gratitude. Shut down your mind and just allow it to flow. You are walking with angels. You are walking with guardians. You are walking with your creator. And if you could just look around and see these people beside you, you would walk so tall and would be afraid of nothing. See them in your mind's eye because they are there with you. They've been with all of us. All right. I love you guys. I really, really do. I do. I really love you guys. And I thank you guys so much for taking time out of your afternoon to spend with me. I am always so honored, and grateful and appreciative and all that beautiful stuff to spend time with you all and to get the chance to create stuff, that just might help you in your life. And if you feel led, I really would appreciate it if you would share our message out. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to know when I put up new videos. And if you have something that you're going through that you just specifically want to talk about or discuss a topic, then please feel free to leave it in the comments, either on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you are. Leave it in the comments, because what I want to always do is give you what you need. I mean, we all, our journeys are alike in that we share this one same umbrella, but each one of us are so different, that we could learn so much from each other. And it's time for us to be doing that. And so, I would love to hear from you. Love to hear from you. So don't be afraid to do that. Step out and do that. All right. You guys go have the rest of this amazing Free Your Mind Friday. I want you to have the best possible afternoon that you can. And I want it because I want you to choose to have it, set forth to have it, and go out and get it. I am Elsie, and I love you guys so much. Have a great afternoon. Bye.